Have you ever noticed how easy it is to know what you should do, but impossibly hard to actually do it? You know you should wake up early, work out, stop scrolling, stop procrastinating, stop making excuses. But when the moment comes, you collapse, you hit snooze, you skip the workout, you tell yourself tomorrow will be different. It's almost like there are two versions of you, the one who plans and the one who executes. And the second one always wins. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Discipline isn't something you're born with. It's not genetics. It's not willpower. It's not motivation. Discipline is a system, a daily practice, a series of small, unglamorous choices that stack into something unbreakable. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being." He wasn't talking about passion. He wasn't talking about inspiration. He was talking about duty, the relentless decision to act even when everything inside you says don't. Today, you're going to learn the Stoic secret to consistent effort, 6 principles that don't require motivation, don't depend on feelings, and don't wait for the perfect moment. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to build real discipline, not the kind that lasts a week, the kind that lasts a lifetime. Principle 1. Start smaller than your ego allows. Micro-commitments that actually work. Here's why most people fail at discipline. They start too big. They decide to wake up at 5 a.m. when they've been waking up at 9. They commit to 90-minute workouts when they haven't exercised in years. They promise to read for an hour when they haven't finished a book in months. It sounds ambitious, it feels heroic, but it's a trap. Because the moment life gets hard, that massive commitment crumbles. And when it crumbles, you feel like a failure. So you quit. Epictetus taught, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Notice he didn't say do everything. He said, do what you have to do, the minimum, the essential. This is the power of micro-commitments. Commitments so small your ego feels embarrassed. Commitments so tiny that failure is almost impossible. You want to build a workout habit. Don't commit to an hour at the gym. Commit to putting on your workout clothes. That's it. You want to start reading. Don't commit to finishing a book. Commit to 1 page. You want to wake up earlier. Don't jump from 9 a.m. to 5. Move your alarm back by 10 minutes. Your mind will resist this. It will say, that's too small. That doesn't count. But here's the Stoic truth. Small actions create identity. Identity creates momentum. Momentum creates discipline. If you put on your workout clothes, you're far more likely to actually work out. If you read 1 page, you'll probably read 3. If you wake up 10 minutes earlier, you prove change is possible. The goal isn't the action itself. The goal is to show up, because showing up builds the habit of showing up. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily, you have to assemble your life action by action. Here's the method. Step 1. Identify the habit you want to build. Step 2. Shrink it to the smallest possible version, so small it feels ridiculous. Step 3. Commit to that micro-action every single day for 30 days, no exceptions. Step 4. Once it's automatic, layer on more, but not before. The beauty of micro-commitments is they remove negotiation. Your mind can't talk you out of 1 page. It can't justify skipping 10 minutes. And over time, those tiny actions compound. 1 page becomes 10. 10 minutes becomes an hour. The workout clothes become a full routine. Discipline isn't built in giant leaps. It's built in invisible steps. Action challenge. Right now, choose 1 habit. Shrink it to a 2-minute version. Commit to doing it every day for the next 7 days. Just show up. Principle 2. Kill the negotiation. Stop debating with yourself. The biggest enemy of your discipline isn't laziness, It's negotiation. Your mind is a master negotiator. It will give you 100 reasons why today doesn't count, why you deserve a break, why starting tomorrow makes more sense. I didn't sleep well. I have too much work today. I'll make up for it this weekend. I'm too tired. Every single one sounds reasonable. Every single one feels true in the moment. But here's what they really are: escape routes. Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." And the biggest waste? The time you spend debating whether or not to do what you already know you should do. Think about how much mental energy you burn negotiating with yourself. Should I work out or skip it? Should I start now or later? That internal debate is exhausting. It drains your willpower before you even begin. Here's the Stoic solution: kill the negotiation before it starts. When the alarm goes off, you don't think, you move. When it's time to work, you don't debate, you start. When the commitment arrives, you don't negotiate, you act. Marcus Aurelius said, "Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not." In other words, stop negotiating with reality, accept what must be done, and do it. Let's take a real example. You set your alarm for 6 a.m. It goes off, your mind immediately starts. "I'm so tired. One more hour won't hurt. I'll wake up early tomorrow." And before you know it, you've hit snooze. You've lost. But when you kill the negotiation, the alarm goes off. You don't think, you stand up, you move. The decision was made last night. This morning, there's no debate. That's discipline, not motivation, not inspiration, just the refusal to negotiate with the weaker version of yourself. Here's how to kill the negotiation. Step 1. Decide in advance. Make the commitment you're strong, not when you're tempted. Step 2. Create a trigger. When X happens, I do Y. No thinking required. Step 4. The 5-second rule. The moment the thought to negotiate appears, count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move. Step 4. Treat commitments like laws. Non-negotiable. You don't debate whether to stop at a red light. You stop. The Stoics lived by principles, not preferences. They didn't ask, "Do I feel like doing this?" They asked, "Is this what I committed to?" When you stop negotiating, discipline becomes automatic. You remove the mental friction. You stop wasting energy on internal debates. You just act. And the more you act without negotiating, the weaker the negotiation becomes. Your mind learns, "Oh, we don't debate this anymore. We just do it." Action challenge. Tomorrow morning, when your alarm goes off, do not think. Do not negotiate. Count down from 5 and stand up immediately. Practice killing the negotiation once. Principle 3. Anchor to identity, not motivation. Become who you say you are. Here's why motivation fails. It's an emotion, and emotions are unreliable. One day you're fired up. The next day you're tired, distracted, unmotivated. You skip the workout. You break the streak. You tell yourself you'll make up for it this weekend. This is the trap of motivation-based discipline. It depends on your mood. It requires you to feel a certain way before you act. The Stoics rejected this entirely. They didn't rely on feelings, they anchored to identity. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Notice the order: identity first, action second. You don't wait to feel like a disciplined person. You decide you are a disciplined person, and then you act accordingly. This shift changes everything, because when discipline is tied to who you are, it's no longer optional. It's about integrity. Let me show you the difference. Motivation says, "I want to work out today." Identity says, "I am someone who works out." Motivation says, "I should probably read more." Identity says, "I am a reader." Motivation says, I need to be more consistent. Identity says, I am consistent. See the shift? One is a wish, the other is a declaration. When you anchor to identity, every action becomes proof that you are who you say you are. You've committed to waking up at 6 a.m. The alarm goes off, you're exhausted, your motivation is zero. But if you're relying on motivation, you'll hit snooze. But if you've anchored to identity, you'll think, I am someone who wakes up at 6 a.m.
This is what I do. Suddenly, it's not a question of feeling, it's a question of integrity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." He wasn't talking about thinking. He wasn't talking about planning. He was talking about being. Identity-based discipline works because it removes the internal conflict. You're not fighting yourself. You're simply acting in alignment with who you've decided to be. Here's how to anchor to identity. Step 1. Define who you want to become. Not what you want to achieve, who you want to be. I am disciplined. I am consistent. I am someone who follows through. Step 2. Make your actions votes for that identity. Every time you do the thing, you vote for the identity. Every time you skip it, you vote against it. Step 3. Speak in present tense. Don't say, I'm trying to be disciplined. Say, I am disciplined. Step 4. Let your behavior prove your identity. You don't need to announce it, just live it. The more you act from identity, the stronger that identity becomes. It's no longer something you're trying to be, it's something you are. When discipline is part of your identity, it stops being a battle. It becomes automatic, natural, inevitable. You don't force yourself to brush your teeth. Why? Because you're someone who brushes their teeth. Discipline works the same way. When it's who you are, it's what you do. No negotiation, no motivation required. Action challenge. Write down 3 identity statements. I am someone who... fill in the blank. Read them every morning, then act like that person today. Principle 4. Engineer your environment. Make discipline automatic. Here's a truth most people ignore. Your environment is more powerful than your willpower. You can have the strongest intentions, but if your environment is working against you, you'll fail. Every time. If your phone is next to your bed, you'll scroll before sleep. If junk food is in your kitchen, you'll eat it. If your workout gear is buried in the closet, you won't exercise. Your environment is either supporting your discipline or sabotaging it. There's no neutral. The Stoics understood this. They didn't rely on strength alone. They designed their lives to make virtue easy and vice difficult. Marcus Aurelius kept reminders around him, quotes, principles, phrases that reinforced his values. Epictetus taught his students to remove temptation entirely. Don't test your willpower, remove the test. This is environmental design. Make good habits effortless. Make bad habits difficult. You want to work out in the morning? Put your workout clothes next to your bed. The moment you wake up, they're the first thing you see. No friction. You want to stop wasting time on your phone? Delete the apps. Turn off notifications. Put your phone in another room. Add friction. You want to eat healthier? Stock your fridge with good food. Throw out the junk. When you're hungry, the easiest option is the healthy option. You want to read more? Keep a book on your nightstand, on your couch, in your bag. Make reading the path of least resistance. Discipline isn't just about willpower, it's about structure. and the right structure makes discipline inevitable. Most people rely on motivation to overcome a bad environment. They keep junk food in the house and try to resist it. They keep their phone next to the bed and try not to scroll. That's exhausting. That's a battle you'll lose. But when you design your environment correctly, you remove the battle. You don't need willpower when the good choice is the easy choice. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Most of your discipline struggles exist because your environment is creating unnecessary temptation. Here's the method. Step 1. Identify your weak points. Where do you fail most often? Step 2. Add friction to bad habits. Delete apps, move junk food, hide distractions. Step 3. Remove friction from good habits. Prepare your environment the night before. Lay out your gym clothes. Prep your meals. Step 4. Audit your environment weekly. Is it supporting your discipline or sabotaging it? Let's take a common struggle. You want to stop scrolling at night and start reading instead. Old way, keep your phone next to your bed and try to resist it. Stoic way, leave your phone in another room. Put a book on your nightstand. When you reach for something, the book is there. The difference? One relies on willpower, the other relies on design. You're not weak because you fail. You're failing because your environment is weak. A strong environment makes discipline automatic. Action challenge. Right now, identify one bad habit. Add friction to it. Then identify one good habit, remove friction from it. Redesign your environment today. Principle 5. Track the streak, not the outcome. Momentum over results. Here's why most people quit. They're tracking the wrong thing. They want to lose 30 pounds, so they step on the scale every day. They want to build a business, so they check revenue constantly. They want to get stronger, so they measure their lifts obsessively. And when the number doesn't move fast enough, they lose motivation. They quit. But here's the Stoic truth. Outcomes are not in your control. Process is. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." You don't control how fast you lose weight. You don't control when your business takes off. You don't control how quickly your strength increases. But you do control whether you show up every single day. And that's what you should be tracking: the streak, the showing up, the consistency. Because discipline isn't built in outcomes, it's built in repetition. You commit to working out every day. Day 1, you feel great. Day 5, you don't see any results yet. If you're tracking outcomes, you'll quit. I'm working out, but I don't see changes. What's the point? But if you're tracking the streak, you'll think, I've shown up 5 days in a row. I'm building something. See the difference? One measures results. The other measures identity. The streak says, I am becoming someone who shows up. And that's far more powerful than any external result. Epictetus taught, no great thing is created suddenly. Discipline is not a one-time event, it's a daily practice. And the way you measure that practice is through the streak. How many days in a row have you kept your word to yourself? Streaks work because they create momentum, they build identity. They make breaking the streak more painful than keeping it. If you've worked out 30 days in a row, are you really going to break that streak on day 31? Probably not. The cost is too high. But if you've only worked out twice, skipping day 3 doesn't feel like a big deal. The longer the streak, the more committed you become, not to the outcome, to the identity of being someone who doesn't break streaks. Seneca wrote, "Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life." Don't wait for the outcome. Celebrate the action. Action challenge. Choose one habit. Get a calendar. Mark an X every day you complete it. Your only goal is not to break the chain for the next 30 days. Principle 6. The Stoic Morning Protocol. Win the first hour. Win the day. The way you start your day determines how the rest of it unfolds. If you start chaotic, rushed, reactive, the entire day follows that pattern. But if you start with intention, clarity, and discipline, you set the tone for everything that comes after. Marcus Aurelius had a morning practice. Before the chaos of ruling an empire, he would sit with his thoughts. He would remind himself of his principles. He would prepare his mind. This wasn't optional, it was essential, because he understood that the first hour of the day is where discipline is either won or lost. Most people lose it immediately. They wake up, grab their phone, scroll through notifications, check emails, dive into other people's problems before they've addressed their own mind. By the time they're out of bed, their day is already hijacked. But here's the Stoic alternative. Win the first hour. Own your morning, and the rest of the day will follow. Here's the protocol. Step 1. Wake up without negotiation. The alarm goes off, you don't think, you don't debate, you stand up. This is the first test of discipline. Step 2. Hydrate immediately. Drink water. Your body has been fasting for hours. This signals, I'm taking care of myself. Step 3. Move your body. 10 push-ups, a short walk, stretching. Just move. Movement creates energy. Energy creates momentum. Step 4. Silence before noise. Before you check your phone, sit in silence. 5 minutes. Breathe. Think. Prepare your mind. This is where you reclaim control. Step 5. Affirm your identity. Remind yourself who you are. I am disciplined. I am focused. I am someone who follows through. Step 6. Plan your priorities. What are the 3 most important things you need to do today? Write them down. Commit to them. Step 7. Do the hardest thing first. Eat the frog. Whatever task you're dreading, do it first. When you tackle the hard thing early, everything else feels lighter. That's the protocol. 7 steps. None require motivation. All build discipline. Epictetus said, when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. He was preparing his mind. He was winning the morning before the day even began. If you start your day scrolling, you've already given your attention away. If you start your day reacting, you've already lost control. But if you start your day with discipline, you've already won. The rest is momentum. You wake up at 6 a.m., you don't check your phone, you drink water, you do 20 push-ups, you sit in silence for 5 minutes, you write down your top 3 priorities, then you tackle the hardest one first. By 8 a.m., you've already accomplished more than most people do all day, and you've proven to yourself that you're disciplined. That proof carries you through the rest of the day. The Stoic morning protocol isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. It's about starting every day the same way, with intention, with discipline, with control. Action challenge. Tomorrow morning, follow the 7-step protocol. Just once, win the first hour. Then notice how different the rest of your day feels. Your discipline starts now. You've just learned the 6 Stoic principles that turn zero discipline into unbreakable consistency. Start small, Kill the negotiation. Anchor to identity. Design your environment. Track the streak. Win your mornings. These aren't theories. These are tools, proven by the Stoics 2,000 years ago, still working today. But here's the final truth. Knowledge without action is useless. You can watch every video, read every book, know every principle, but if you don't act, nothing changes. Discipline is not built by understanding. It's built by doing. So here's your choice. You can close this video and go back to the way things were, or you can start right now, today, this moment. Pick one principle, just one, and apply it tomorrow morning. Because the person you want to become is built one action at a time, one day at a time, one decision at a time. Marcus Aurelius said it best. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Your discipline doesn't depend on the world being easy. It depends on you choosing to act, even when it's hard. If this message hit you, drop a comment below with your commitment. Tell me which principle you're starting with. And remember your affirmation for today. I am disciplined. I show up. I follow through. Now go prove it.